What are we doing?
Okay.
No, we're not going inside. We're not done. Today, we're putting new lights on the trailer, replacing the wiring harness. See if everything working again.
Papa.
Oh, I think Papa's probably sleeping. We can't give him a call. I'm sorry. All right, gotta figure this out. I kind of messed up already. After I snatched the old wire harness through, I forgot I probably should have tied off the new one to run it through the tongue so that it's all internally routed inside of here. But I didn't do that, so we're gonna be running it underneath. So, oh well. All right, to buy me more time out here, we got our water and a popsicle. So those are actually called Johnny Pops. They're like a healthy popsicle. They don't have any like red 40 or blue one, or you got like whatever sugar in them. But let's get back to wiring, buddy, as it's kind of sprinkling, if you guys can't tell, even though the sky is blue. It's about 95% humidity. So that's what we got to deal with here in Florida, is really humid summers. Made it to Deep South. We got someone new on the channel. It's my mom. She's never seen me race a full-scale car before. We did go-karts together and RC racing, but never one of these. So my wife and Rhett are on the way. They'll be here in about 30 minutes. I think that might be it. As far as help.
Session of the weekend here coming in.
Good job. Mama. Yeah. Mama doing it. Good job. Are you gonna see your daddy?
Front row out of Summerdale, Alabama, built in McCormick in the R88. Timothy Witherspoon in the 57 out of Beatin-n-Bangin.
What are you doing? You going out for my feature? You can go racing? pretty rough last night. Not very happy with the results. We had a really fast car, definitely top 2. Just could never get a good restart, especially being trapped on the outside when everyone's just literally beating and fighting for the bottom. And tore a lot of stuff up. Definitely some front suspension stuff's tweaked and bent. The nose is done for. It's done shoved over this way pretty good, this front bumper. You can tell. We can just snatch that back with a winch and send it, but definitely got something bent in the steering system. Yeah, that tie rod's getting in the subframe there, so we're gonna put a new pitman arm, idler, and center link in it, and some tie rods. See if we can't re-square that up and everything like that. Biggest issue though, this is what's got me really worried, when that right rear went across the hood of the car. That's a lot of dirt in there. A lot of dirt in there. So, I mean, typically I do oil changes every race. Being on alcohol now and everything, and been trying to troubleshoot this too much methanol flooding out and going in the oil and fix that. And now we got intake. I think this is leaking out of right here. I had to put a helical in this bolt into this head, and I think I need to redo it so I can get a proper torque on this one. I think it's leaking out of there, or the heads are cracked. Other than potential really bad engine damage, it's just bolt-on suspension stuff that we gotta replace. And yeah, I'm worried about that engine. I might do a flush on it with some oil and do a compression test and do a leak down, see if anything's really bad. And I don't know, I'm getting some stuff ordered for the other block here soon, so I'm worried about it, but not that worried about it. I mean, bearings are cheap, rings are cheap. Might just, when we get that like kind of summertime rain out deal that we normally get, it's probably when I'm gonna tear it down, because as we get into July and August, it rains so much here. Like every weekend's pretty much a wash. If I can get the rings and bearings and all the seals and gaskets, I could do that in a night, like put that motor back together and everything. But yeah, just unfortunate. Like, guys just driving over their heads and trying to win it on every restart, win it on the start. And I feel like we had some pretty good run-ins with Rusty Cooper and the other 6 car, and I feel like we were kind of closing back in on him after the restarts, but just him and Ryan Fowler on the starts were just gone. Like, Fowler was waiting till the last cone to start every time, and I was thinking he was gonna fire early one time, but he never did. He was just checked out and gone. But I mean, our quickest lap time and his quickest lap time, I'm like, I think 1/1000th off of him. So definitely had speed, just no luck. And I think we need to get faster to navigate and get out of those situations that we were in the back. And so we got speed, but we really don't. We need more speed to get through the field and get off the corner, get into the corner faster, get out of the corner faster, and that's what we got to work on. I'm gonna finish yanking this body off the car and start my cleaning process and weekly maintenance process. So I don't know, it's cool to have my mom there for the first time this year. First time ever seeing me in a race car. She's been there in the go-kart days back in school and everything. After seeing a car flip, a modified flip in the first heat race, she was kind of over it. But it ain't no big deal. We'll be back out there. Rhett had a good time, really good time. My wife was out there watching them, and she didn't have as great of a time, but it was nice that they made the trip out there, because we rode separately, and it's an 1.5-hour drive to that track. So I'm super thankful that she came and brought Rhett and everything like that. But anyways, we gotta get to work. appreciate y'all watching and making it through this video. I'll see y'all in the next one.